not to miss. Lots going on, lots to shout out, lots to say. So, get ready for our shout out. So, just first want to check in, make sure I'm going to refresh the page just to make sure that I see and hear myself because sometimes it doesn't always work and sometimes it takes a moment for it to do it. So, I am going to just hang out for a second until I see it and hope for the best. It looks like it's still trying to connect here. Oh, why does it always take a second? Anyway, just the way of the world, the way the world works, I guess. Okay, so it's not showing up yet, but doesn't mean that it won't, right? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Bailey, do you see or hear me? Let's see. Do you see me now? Always just takes a second. All right, well, it's also recording, so I can always post it later if it doesn't work, but let's just get this party started here. Why is it not showing up on Facebook yet? Grr. Well, I'll trim off the top of it and hopefully we'll get more going here. Okay, so anyway, February shoutouts, news you can use, and events not to miss. So let's just get started with that and hope that it will populate here shortly. Come on. Sorry for those of you watching the replay. Okay, well, let's just start off with a big, huge shout out to all of those who participated and sponsored and partnered and came to new marketing trends for the new year. And then immediately following was the January word of mouth mixer. We had a great turnout and wonderful speakers. Wanted to also shout out a big, huge thank you to Adrian Esposito from Washington Federal Bank. They hosted in their training room there. Also want to give a shout out to Robin and Bo from Blue Gander. They gifted a gift card for window cleaning for our raffle prizes and door prizes. Also wanted to say thank you to Boise River Catering, Tara Silkwood. She came in to help us with our mixer part of it. And then also wanted to say thank you to Chris Calico from VIP Telecom for helping to sponsor the mixer part. And then big thank you to our speakers for the new marketing trends for the new year. So Kim Sherman-Labram from the SBDC Small Business Development Center. If you've never gone to the SBDC and you're a small business or maybe even thinking about starting a business, go visit the Small Business Development Center. You can make appointments. They have all kinds of trainings and things that you can do. When we first started our business, definitely sought out the help of those who are there for free, right? They can help you for free, or they can turn you on to some resources that are there. And I'm just going to take a moment to ask if I'm seen here. It doesn't seem like I'm getting traction yet. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to refresh one more time just because I'm not seeing anything come up on my Facebook feed, which is interesting. I'm not sure why it won't do it. Maybe it's on the Peppershock page. Maybe sometimes it does that where it won't go on my personal page, but it will only go on one or the other, and there's no rhyme or reason as to figuring out why that is. But I had it set up. I had it listed there. So anyway, let me just check the Peppershock page instead. I always try to do it on my personal one because I have so many more friends. But okay, I'm on the Peppershock page. So we are at least live somewhere. Maybe I can share this to my own personal page. Maybe. Let's see. I'm figuring it out right now. Okay, I'm going to share it to my personal page too. All right, so anyway, I guess we are now live on the Peppershock page rather than my personal, which is fine. It all ends up in the live streaming world. Okay, so again, just wanted to give a big shout out to all of those that participated in New Marketing Trends for the New Year. We do this every year, and every year there's always new trends, new things to learn about, new things to share. And I got to speak on a number of topics that are just coming out fresh and new, like generative engine optimization, not just search engine optimization, but generative. Now we want to show up in the results of all of our AI tools that we use. And so there's some tactics and tips and tricks there. In case you missed it and you'd like to go watch the replay, you can do that. You can go to themarketingexpedition.com and we'll drop in a 30-day free trial, and you can go watch all of the speakers, that came, so including Kim Sherman-LeBram, Steve Pentland, and Dr. Ann Hamby. They're from Boise State. They had some great things to talk about and share as well in terms of marketing. And Ann is she's like the publisher of a journal, or it's just really good stuff. So go to themarketingexpedition.com. We'll drop the link in for you to be able to get 1 month for free, and go watch them and go see all of the wonderful things that the speakers, including me, had to say about the new trends this year, and things that you need to keep an eye out and watch for and implement into your marketing strategy and plan. Because the world is changing very fast, and there's all kinds of new things that you need to keep in mind, especially with all the AI tools that are out there. So there's that. Another shout out to the Jaden DeLuca Foundation. The big masquerade ball was this last weekend, and we got to produce the videos, of course, as we've done for years and years. And we had interviews with Dr. Adams and B-roll, and just a wonderful story to share, as well as Jaden DeLuca's story that we did so many years ago was shared. And man, it was a good one. It was really a good one. So interested in supporting the Jaden DeLuca Foundation, I know that they'll have a golf tournament again. And next year, plan to go to the masquerade if you are interested, or you can also contribute auction items, all the things. But this year the theme was Crown Jewel Affair, and Drew and we hosted a table, and we had Tom Scott and Beth Mauser. Tom, who of course we are working together now as we purchased or merged with his agencies. Tom Scott agency is now part of Peppershock, if you hadn't heard. Anyway, Tom and Beth, his wife, were there. Scott and Jennifer Dyke from Edward Jones were there. Of course, Brian and Beverly Stottinger. So Brian was with us, and he helped produce the videos, and we got raving reviews from people that watched them, and including Carolee DeLuca, which we really appreciate getting the chance to work with them. And speaking of Brian, it has so that February 1st was his 10th anniversary working for Peppershock. So 10th workversary, we call it workversary. So big shout out to Brian for dedicating 10 years of working with us. If you haven't seen it, there's a nice little video of all the years. Back when Brian, didn't have a beard, and now he does. And anyway, so go check that out. But happy workversary to Brian. We appreciate you and all that you do as our video production manager and drone pilot and all the things. So shout out to Brian. Also, I forgot to mention, so at our table, we had Adrienne Esposito and then Tracy Senia, and she is having a grand opening in her bespoke furniture design place in Garden City. So go visit her today. It's a grand opening, ribbon cutting that you'll get to see with Tracy, and I can't wait to see it. Of course, I don't get to go today because I'm teaching class on Tuesdays at Boise State and College of Idaho. Well, I'll go to College of Idaho, and then I get to travel the world and go to Boise State tonight. So anyway, I just started, today will be my first day, and be able to teach, because College of Idaho has a J term where they get to go and travel and then come back. And so their first day of their spring term is today. So I get to go and teach there. I'm going to teach digital marketing, this semester, and the next semester I'm teaching social media marketing. So it's going to be fun. I am excited. I'll get to use Stukent, the simulator, for the first time. I hadn't used it before, wanted to check it out, and so now I get to do that. And thanks to Dr. Mel on helping me figure it all out. But yeah, getting through that and getting signed in and registered. And I'm a Mac user. I'm a MacBook Pro user. They use Microsoft, and so I have definitely had a little bit of a learning curve on trying to integrate and understand Microsoft products. So hopefully we won't have too terrible of a time kind of figuring all that out, but it's pretty similar. It's just there's little nuances about both of them that are very different. So anyway, I'm learning. It's great, and we got all logged in and ready to go. Okay, some more shout outs, some client love and creative projects. So new to us clients, but have been longtime clients of Tom Scott's. Pastry Perfection wanted to give a shout out. We got some yummy donuts, and they had us shoot their Mardi Gras commercial. So they had crab king cakes and fun with that. So wanted to give a shout out to Pastry Perfection and thanking them for their trust in us at Peppershock. Also wanted to give Harding Homes a shout out, and Big Bun is also now a client of ours. Also wanted to give a shout out to Sapadine. We get to do a cool video project, and we've worked with them over the years, and Liz and Brandon over there just wanted to say thank you for that, and we'll say thank you so much. And then I think I already mentioned Boise State. So something that's coming up is Bronco Giving Day, and our students from the Boise State Ad Club are raising funds to help them on their trip in April. We're going to Portland to compete at the National Student Advertising Competition, and in Portland will be the district competition, or District 11. And so if you are in the advertising world or anything having to do or related to Boise State or with us that way and want to support, either you can do through Bronco Givings Day, or you can actually make a donation straight to the College of Business Foundation, and then that money will be routed to our team at Boise State. So yeah, we've got some money to raise for them to all get to go. It'd be great if we could fly, but I think we're going to have to take some motor pool and drive these vans over there. So maybe if we can raise a little bit more money, we won't have to do that. But we'd love the opportunity to put it out there. I know I've given quite a bit, and hope that my fellow peers in this industry would like to support our next generation of marketers for the National Student Advertising Competition class. Boise AdFed is also going to help and participate. We're going to do fundraising with them at the Rocky Awards coming up. So yeah, lots of things going on. So the National Student Advertising Competition, which is put on by the American Advertising Federation. And we also have the Idaho Advertising Federation, the Boise Advertising Federation, and then the Boise State Ad Club is the American Advertising Federation chapter. We have to do all of those things just to be able to compete, and our students are members of the American Advertising Federation as a result. And of course, I get to be their advisor and go along. And the really cool thing this year is our client is the NFL. So we've had lots of excitement with that, and students really digging into this this exciting client. And we've had a couple of Q&A question and answer sessions with the client, and it's been really cool. Excuse me. Oh my. 'Tis the season, weather's changing. Okay, anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go through that competition, and excuse me, goodness gracious. Okay, well, where's my Kleenexes? Yep, something's in the air. All right, other shout outs, news you can use, and events not to miss, and then I get to leave so I can head out to class in Caldwell for College of Idaho. We had some munch celebrations. We had Brian, her birthday celebration was January 25th, I believe. And then we have Bailey's birthday's coming up. And then another shout out, cool thing that we got to do is we went to an Ignited Fitness class and did kickboxing and strength training with Jamie and Lee over there. If you've never done it before, It was pretty cool to do the Ignited Fitness class because the bag, when you hit it, it actually counts and has like your strength and how hard you're hitting it and how many times you hit it. And it, like, not that we're all competitive or anything. The wasn't dead last, so that's nice, but I have a knee injury I always have to modify for. But um all of us got to go and have fun and hit the bag, and Tom and everybody, it was awesome. And highly recommended Ignited Fitness. It was super to get to go and do that, and people can continue on and do all, go through the classes and go there. They're located over kind of by the Boise Town Square Mall, not too far, so really kind of centrally located there. Um, so yeah, go see Jamie and Lee at Ignited Fitness. Tell them Ray sent you. Maybe they'll hook you up with some fun things, but super fun. And then oh yeah, yesterday was of course Groundhog's Day, and the whole thing is, did the groundhog see his shadow? Well, we definitely saw a shadow at our office because we also participated in National Job Shadow Day, right? Groundhog's Day, shadow. Anyway, Groundhog's Day is always generally National Job Shadow Day. And so we had Zarek from Idaho Arts Charter School join us for National Job Shadow Day. Some years we have lots of students, some years we have one. It just depends on what's out there and who's interested and all of that. So we usually try to just combine it all into one day, because we do get hit up a lot about people wanting to job shadow or intern, and of course we take interns, but generally they are upper division, upper level interns. So we offer high schoolers and middle schoolers the National Job Shadow Day on Groundhog's Day. And yeah, we get to go over all the things that they can learn, all the interview questions that might get thrown at them, how to, think about putting together a portfolio if they're designers and video producers, if they are interested purely on the marketing side, if they, want to be copywriters, they have to be good proofreaders, right? And all of those things. So we talked a lot about that, and we talked about, the path for going to college to go on beyond, to some sort of post-secondary education and what that looks like and how to get scholarships and all those things to help you stand out and participate in and volunteer and lead and all of those things. And leaders are readers. And so Zarek got to pick out a couple of books from our Peppershock library that he gets to borrow. They're on loan. And so he got to pick out a few different books. We have all kinds of different types of books about design and all things. So maybe we'll have to make him do a book report when he gets done reading those books, right? Anyway, okay, I need to get going here. So let's see, other news you can use. So again, I already mentioned this, but the marketing trends, new marketing trends for the new year. If you missed the workshop and want to see the replays, go to themarketingexpedition.com and you can become a member. And then we do have a promo code that we'll put out, or just, ask for it and we'll send it to you, and you can get 30 days for free to go watch those replays. And then if you would like, stay a member of the Marketing Expedition. We are always posting all kinds of good nuggets and things in there for our members all the time. Okay, couple little tips, news you can use, things that, so Super Bowl is coming up, the big game, right? And in advertising, it's hard to say the word Super Bowl. I'm doing this now because I am talking about it, so I can. But if we were to use Super Bowl on a print piece or anything like that, we're not allowed to do that because of copyright infringement. But I think that some interesting things that I pulled up about Super Bowl, and I want to hear from you. What is your most memorable Super Bowl commercial that you can think of? What comes to mind? The Doritos commercials, the Coca-Cola commercials, the Clydesdales, the horses, what is the memorable Super Bowl commercials? And not only that, can you remember the brand that they're tied to, right? Not just what happened in the commercial, but what brand was it representing? I want to know. I want to hear from you what that is. And then also, gosh, I was researching this. So the average 30-second spot spend for Super Bowl this year is $8.2 million for 30 seconds. That's just the airtime. Now, production is also on top of that, right? So yeah, anyway, I want to know what your guesses are. What's going to be the most watched or the most talked about brand, and how many eyes do you think are going to be watching this year for Super Bowl? Give me your predictions. Anyway, so those are big events not to miss. I know we're hosting Super Bowl. It'll be super fun. Seahawks are in it again, which is great, and of course Patriots. So now I'm a 49ers fan, but I'm also a Seahawks fan when they are not playing against each other, even though they're in the same conference. I know, but the very first NFL game I ever got to go to was when I was a freshman in high school. We took a trip in marching band and got to perform our routine during halftime in Candlestick Park. And Joe Montana was there, so I just have memories of going to San Francisco, seeing the 49ers play. I think it was against the Atlanta Falcons. Anyway, and so then fast forward later on in life, Drew and I moved to Seattle together. So then, of course, Seattle Seahawks, and I got to work with this when I was working at the Fox station in Seattle. You know, I got to do shows, queued up sports, and work with, you know, the Sonics, the Mariners, the Seahawks, the Sounders, the everything. So, of course, I also have, you know, some affiliation with the Seahawks. So, it's bittersweet sometimes, you know. I do have a 49ers hoodie, but I think it's maybe time for me to get a Seahawks hoodie too. All I have is a Seahawks t-shirt. Anyway, there's a hint if Drew's listening or watching. Awesome. Okay, I think let's see. Oh, shout out to Scrub and Bubbles. We just recently redesigned their logo, or refreshed their logo, I should say. Scrubbed their logo clean, as I like to say. So they are they're residential cleaning company, Scrub and Bubbles in Nampa. And just a shout out to Renee and trusting us to move through the creative process and get to a point where you all fell in love with what Christy was able to do. Shout out to Christy for getting it done and making it happen. Awesome, awesome. All right. I think that's about all for right now. I'm sure there's always other things that I can shout out and share. And by the way, tell me what's going on in your world. Oh, the big thing I forgot to talk about. The one thing that I needed to talk about. So our next word of mouth mixer is coming up. It's going to be at Girl Scouts of Silver Sage Girl Scouts. February, let's see, I pulled up the dates here. Okay, so February 11th from 4 to 6:30. Shout out to Dawn Rising and Kismet and Angela over there. We're going to be at their location, and we'll drop the link and we'll tag the event, the Facebook event. For the February Word of Mouth Mixer. And by the way, if you're not a part of the Facebook group called Word of Mouth Mixers Treasure Valley, go ahead and join or ask to join the group and we'll get you there. And then in March, coming up dates for Word of Mouth Mixers, because it's hosted every month at a different venue, different date, different time, different location, different host, different sponsor. Well, I mean, Peppershock puts it on, but March will be at March 12th from 4:30 to 7. Thank you to Adrian Esposito at WAFED headquarters over there kind of by HP off of Meeker Avenue. And then we've got April 9th will be 4:30 to 7. Shout out to Michelle Harris at Market Optical at the Village in Meridian. I think that's going to be phenomenal. Super fun. And we'll have a chance to go see Market Optical in the Village. Yeah, so that's April 9th. And then we've got May 26th. And I know it says to be determined, but we've got a location. We're actually going to go scout that out. And we'll get that going. But Jody from Print Pros, Jody and Lee, and then also Chrissy from Reputize are jointly sponsoring that one. And then we've got June 16th is going to be back over at, and from 4:30 to 7, back over at Adrian Esposito's place over at WAFED. Well, it's not her place, but it's where she works. WAFED headquarters. July 23rd, shout out to Jacqueline Roberts at Simplicity. So it's Hayden Homes, Simplicity by Hayden Homes. Let me spit that out right. So Simplicity by Hayden Homes will be sponsoring, and we're going to get to go to one of their new model homes, which will be super fun. So it's like a house party, you guys. We're having word of mouth mixer at a house party. So yeah, Simplicity by Hayden Homes, Jacqueline Jacqueline Roberts. So July 23rd from 4 to 6:30 p.m. August 18th, 4:30 to 7. We'll be back over at WAFED headquarters with Adrian Esposito. September is to be determined, but we've got Julian Sandoval and Wendy Beringer from Edward Jones. They're jointly sponsoring together. And then, of course, October is Shocktoberfest. We'll come out with our theme this year again, but we will be celebrating 23 years of Peppershock. So Shocktoberfest and Word of Mouth Mixer will be jointly combined, and we'll have that at Peppershock in Nampa. And then we've got, it looks like November 12th, Ignited Fitness with James and Lee and Ingling will be hosting over at Ignited Fitness, and they're going to show us a few things on the punching bags, and it'll be super fun to have it at their venue. And yeah, we'll get to mix, mingle, punch a bag. It should be good. Not the whole time. She's just gonna do some demonstrations. It's not like we're gonna do the workout then, because we're trying to also network and do the things that we do. So that'll be November. And then December actually is open now for a sponsor. I have a couple people interested because thanks to Susie Boyle from Castle and Cook Mortgage, she's now going to sponsor new marketing trends for the new year in January of 2027 at the River Club. And so that opened up December because she's taken on a bigger role to sponsor January, which I'm super excited and thrilled about. And thank you to Susie Boyle. If you need a mortgage, she's definitely somebody to check out and go see and do. She's awesome. She's done several of ours for years and years and years. And so anyway, so now December is actually open for a sponsorship. So if you're interested in that, let us know, hit us up. And with that, I think I will bid you adieu and thank you for all the shout outs, news you can use, and events not to miss. And let us know if there's an event coming up that we need to know about. Let us know about that. And until next time, everybody, enjoy your marketing journey.